Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So this was a requested tutorial on how to use maybe deeper auburn kind of ruby colors on the eyes if you're not used to wearing very deep kind of browns or kind of medium red tones, which are very autonomous. So we're going to do that today. The palette I'm using is the Too Faced Teddy Bear palette, and that's because I just did my makeup rotation, and that is in the previous video, and I will link it somewhere here. So I'm just going to put my makeup brushes away. So I've done all my skincare. All I'm doing now is the kind of steps to the foundation and primers and things, but I will show you the palette. It's the Too Faced Teddy Bear palette. Now I've recently found out that unfortunately it was a limited edition, but I am going to show you the colors, guys, because they're in a lot of palettes that you might have already. So even though this is a limited edition, you would certainly find these colors if I show you in a lot of other palettes. So yes, so we're going to use this today. We're going to go with these deep rubies, and I'm just going to show you how you can use them to your benefit, especially if you're a beginner with eyeshadow. So that's what we're going to do there. You get two color stories here. You've got that creamy kind of brown golds, and then you've got the ruby, which we're going to be focusing on today. Okay, so what we're going to do is use our primer, and the primer we picked was the e.l.f. I'm going to go in with e.l.f. today. One of two. This is the e.l.f. and I'm doing really well with that. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I'm glad that I've got everything reorganized. It just feels better when you've got things reorganized. So this is what it looks like. I'm doing quite well. I don't think it's very expensive on the e.l.f. Website now. That's what it looks like. A bit like a moisturizer. And I'm just going to look in the mirror and pop that on. Usually the T-zone, but if you feel like you need it all over. And actually, guys, in the autumn I do tend to go a little bit heavier with primer due to the weather and things like that. So what I'm going to do is just, and you do find it is very like a moisturizer, but anything putty like is going to be thicker. It's going to hold to your skin. Any foundation or CC cream or booby cream skin tint is going to stay on a lot longer because putty is obviously thicker naturally in its consistency. So we're going to let that set. Leave it for about 30 seconds and then we're going to go on. So now what I'm going to do is just show you the foundation that I found in my rotation, and I should have used it so many times, guys, and I'm going to start using it now. Put it in rotation. This is the Fenty Beauty, and it's the soft lit foundation. Mine is in 175 and it has a pump. This was a gift, guys, and I should have used it more, and I am going to use it more. It's in my rotation for this week, and I might keep it in for 2 weeks. Do take a look at my video. So what we're going to do is my video actually just is all of my makeup rotation for this week. I popped it on last night. So again, it does have a pump, so that's really good, so you don't waste any product. And we're just going to pop that around the face, just where the good thing is it's medium to heavy. So I think when you come into autumn, depending on your skin type, now I do have, and I'll just pop another little pump there, sort of sensitive skin. I used to have acne, but I do have sensitive skin and redness, so I like a heavier set coverage in the autumn and winter. So what I'm going to do it now is go in with my Real Techniques foundation brush. These are all getting brushed tomorrow, guys. We're just going to spread that on. You can see it's a really good match, and I was surprised about that last night because I thought maybe it would be too yellow toned, but actually when it really blended in, and keep in mind this is a medium to heavy coverage. So this is Fenty Beauty Lit Foundation from Rihanna. You can see, guys, it just really glides on the skin really, really well. And that's what you get. Really nice kind of shine, color correction. And that's kind of the first coat. Now, yesterday on live I went in for the second coat, but I think my redness has slightly calmed down today, so I won't go in with a second coat, but that's what it looks like. It is a glass bottle, that's the only thing I'll say. We're going to go in with our concealer, which is the e.l.f. and this is what it looks like. It's the Hydrating Camo Concealer. I'm doing really well with that too, guys, so happy so far with what I'm using. The trick is to keep rotating it and not forget that you have it so that you don't go out and buy something else. So just putting this here. A little goes a long way with this as well, guys, and again, this is all the T-zone area for me. Okay, again, I'm going to use probably my smaller sponge and then go in with a brush. So I'm just going to use these edges here and just under the brow, and I'm just going to blend that, and then the rest I will use the brush for, but the initial kind of blending I use the sponge for, particularly around the eyes. So I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush and we're just going to buff that now, and that really works really well. But this was a requested tutorial, but I thought, why not show you guys a nice medium to high coverage foundation for the winter. So it's Fenty Beauty Lit Foundation. Okay. Now, so that's kind of, we've set the kind of foundation concealers. Let me check. What I want to put on is the Makeup by Mario, and this is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. So what I'll do is, now if you say I don't want to spend on Makeup by Mario, I've got a dupe for you. The Rimmel, and this is the Multitasker Better Than Filters Primer Highlighter Glow Booster. So there you go, that's something you could use for sure. So I'm going to use this. So you could use it as a highlighter, which I'm going to do today, but this is like a glow, this is like it's a skin enhancer for me. So it just brings my skin to life. So all I'm going to do is pop it around different areas of the face. I'm not going to be too specific. And then I just get my brush and kind of just, you'll see it gives a bit of a glow. That's what I find. So we're just going to use the same brush. Where have I put it? I say, there it is. Okay, same brush. I did everything last night. I rearranged all my makeup, guys. It took forever, but I'm glad it's done. See, you guys, it just gives that glow. Really nice, healthy glow. Okay. So now what we're going to do is go in with that highlight that I showed you, the Rimmel, the Multitasker Better Than Filters. I'm going to use that as a highlight basically, and I'm going to just pop it. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to get my hair out of the way. Pop it just here on each side. And then I'm going to use the sponge, the flatter end of the sponge, and just dot that in because we are using it, and as you turn you have a little bit of a highlight there as you turn, and that's what we're doing on this side as well. You can see it gives a nice little glow there, so that's what I'm using for that. You could use it all over the face if you want to. Some people use it as a foundation on its own, so absolutely, depending on the kind of skin you have, definitely go for that. Okay, so now we're going to go into this setting things. I'm going to use the collection, and this was in last night's video. This is the Collection's Mattifying Powder SPF 20, and it's vitamin enriched with vitamin E. So we're going to pop that around with my Big Bertha brush, which is a it's probably the biggest face brush I have. So this is what it looks like, and we're just going to get it in. Now I know it looks white, but actually when it sets clear, so you're transparent, so you're not going to have to worry about kind of taking the color away from your face, anything like that. Okay, and I really focus it, guys, on the T-zone. That's where I start to lose the makeup first. There's a smell of soap off this though. I always say the Imperial leather soap my grandmother used to have. So that's what that looks like there. And again, very impressed it's got that SPF 20. So what we're going to do now is go in with the Revolution Rose Powder in pink. Again, I do have a little triangular puff for that. Okay, so we're just going to pop that in like that. I'll show you what it looks like. You can use as much as you need to. I think the setting powder's done a really good job today, but we are still going to use this. Going to get our little puff, triangle puff, and that's what it looks like. And it's a really good shape as well, just for under the eye. I know a lot of people set their entire face with the rose powder, which I'm sure is lovely, but for me, I really like it just for the under eye. So getting through the kind of basics quite quickly, and then we'll get on to the eyeshadow, because that's what we want. We want to use the really deep purples, maybe shimmer, a little bit of shimmer just to brighten it up a bit. But I am going to show you, if you're a beginner, whatever palette you have, how you can make it work for you. Okay. And then just on the inner corners, the last couple of little bits, just so I'm using it up. and then we're okay. Okay, so I kind of set everything. We're now going to go in with some W7 Golden Glow Drops. And the great thing about the W7 Golden Glow Drops, as opposed to other Golden Glow Drops, is that they are very, very capable of going over a powder, which is very rare sometimes for like liquid and powders to kind of match. But this is the one I found, W7, and it can go over a powder. So I'm just going to be dotting it and blending it. This is like a bronzing drop. And then I will kind of double up with the Kiko Milano. So this is what it looks like. W7 Golden Glow Drops, Radiant Bronzing Drops. So that's what that looks like from the company W7. And I'm just going to warm it up to the skin. That's just a lipstick swatch from earlier. Sorry, guys. Okay, that's what it looks like. And then I dab it on with my finger. So I take as much as I need, like that. Look in the mirror and dab it where the sun would naturally, because don't forget, we are not sculpting here or contouring, we're bronzing. So this is where the sun would actually naturally hit your face, with the exception of the nose area, which you absolutely can do if you want to. I don't, but you can. So what we do then is we go in with our contour brush. People do it very differently. People go in with sponges. Lots of people have different ways. I'm going to go in with the Real Techniques contour brush. Really good brush, and I'm going to brush upwards and into the hairline. And the more you blend with that, look how lovely that comes. It looks so strong on this side, guys, but look what it does. Really beautiful, warm color. So this would beat high-end any day, personally. Okay, can you see how brown that is? But then when you blend it, how much it goes into the skin. It's beautiful, beautiful. So again, we're going this side. Sorry, now my hand is in a weird position, but I want to get the same direction on each side. Look at that, guys. This is what I mean. And it hasn't disturbed powder. You know, it's great, honestly, guys. Really, really highly recommend W7. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing around the hairline, just to bring it back to the hairline, because that's what makes it look very natural. Don't forget to connect the two here. We're just going to do, so that's what you can see there, guys. That's what you get when you blend. And then we can go in like with a bigger blending brush like we did before. Just bring that right back to the hairline. And then what the bigger brush does, guys, it just takes away any harshness. Similar to an eyeshadow, when you get a fluffy brush, it just takes away any but look at the result, guys. And then anything remaining I just put under the jawline. So I am going to just obviously to show you, use a big fluffy brush, and we are just going to go around that area. Get it ready for the powder, which is going to be Kiko Milano. Okay, so there you go. So that was kind of relatively quick, but you saw how deep it was when it came out, and actually the nice warm glow we got, basically. So that's kind of what I like about it. And if you feel this isn't kind of, it's too harsh, just keep on blending until you get what you want. Okay, so now we're going to, what am I doing? Yes, we're going to double up on what we did. So where did we put our, let's put the W7 Golden Glow Drops back, but I'd highly recommend them. And we're going to set that with the Kiko Milano. And this is Flawless Fusion Bronzer. And I'm doing really good with this as well. So if we just open this up, it has a mirror, so I won't blind you guys. I think I'm getting a sore throat, guys. I can feel it. Okay, you can see I'm doing really well with that too. So I'm using the same contour brush from Real Techniques, and I'm going in, tapping off any excess, and I'm literally just following what I did before. And you can see they're a really good color match as well. So it's not super dark, but it is going to set everything that you've done with the drops. Really, really nice. And then you've got everything really set, guys. And you can see it hasn't made like a stark difference, but it certainly is making a difference to my face, which is what you want. You want to still look warm in autumn. You know, you want to have those lovely burgundy kind of colors, but you still want your face to look a little bit warm, you know, a little bit healthier. That's how I feel anyway, but it's completely up to you what you like to do. Okay, so now I'm going to pop that back. I want to show you never thought it could be said that you could fall in love with makeup, as in fall in love with a blush. And I've fallen in love. That sounds funny, but I'm really into makeup. Obviously, it's a makeup channel. I've been very much into bronzers and, you know, foundations and like for a long time. But when I saw this, I just thought I'd love to just try it. And I had two that needed to go. I'd had them for too long. So it wasn't like I was overspending on anything. So this is the NYX Buttermelt Blush in Feeling Butter, and it's in terracotta. And I know what you're thinking. If you haven't seen my review, I do have a review and I will pop it somewhere here. But I know a lot of people see it and they say, wow, that doesn't really look like a blush. It looks more like a bronzer or an eyeshadow, and I totally get it. They smell like vanilla too. I'll swatch. It's so soft. But I'll show you guys. You won't be disappointed. Honestly, I need to find a correct brush though, because there was a specific brush I used with this. Okay. Oh, don't tell me the brush has gone into for washing, has it? It may have, but we will use my other blush brush if we have to. But there was a brush that I really wanted to use with it. It's just my e.l.f. And it is actually a highlighter brush, but it's perfect shape for... Okay, I think it's gone into the to wash. Yeah, well, this is clean. This is the, or is that it there? No. Okay, this is just my Menage brush from W7. But all we're going to do is just look to the side. We're going to start it here and here. We're going to just show you what it looks like on the brush. And tap off any excess. And that's what you get, that peachy brown tone for autumn. Look at that, guys. For me, I've always gone for rose, berries, everything like that. But this, well, since I saw it, guys, it's like I've been awakened to new colour. Now, the thing is with this, guys, is any blush will look harsh. So all you have to do is buff that back until you get your colour that you really like. But this colour, guys, for me, ever since I saw it, I felt like, you know what, this is something I could work with. Absolutely. Just look at that for autumn. It screams autumn, guys. So that's that. And if you feel like it's gone down too much, where I feel like on this side it has slightly, what you can do is go in with your foundation brush and just kind of draw that line up. See? Draw it up. So you're lifting the cheek up. Draw it up. There you go. You just get that lifted line. But that for autumn, guys, is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. You just lift it up there if you want to. You can also go in with setting powder, anything like that. But for me, I think this is a nice kind of look. So we're going to go with the brows now. The brows is going to be the Revolution, and it's their medium brown pencil and pen, and you do get a brush with this as well. So I'm just going to pop these back, but I would highly recommend these blushes, guys. I do have a berry one as well. That's going to be in next week's rotation. But look at that, guys. And you can still, if you feel like, you know what, that's too much, just keep on blending and you will get what you need from that. So that's there. So that's kind of everything. And you notice that even though it was a bronzy color, it didn't take or match the bronze that we have on. So now we're just going to brush the brows into place. This is the Revolution, and it's the mini, well, it's not their mini, I do have a mini version, but this is the full size medium brown brush and pencil. So this is the brush, and you just literally flick up your brows. I always recommend that, and then pop them into place. Just, it's like waking your brows up slightly. And then try not to get the brow down, because it actually ages you. If you try to get the brow going out to the corner there, you can see what it does. So it really lifts up the eye, and that's what we want. We want to look lifted. And then the same on this side. I've always had kind of slightly different shape brows on each side, so I've always had to work with them to try and get them as exact as each other as they can. So what I'll do is I'll do the brows and come back. So brows are done. Doesn't take long, but I thought, why not just do it off camera as we're doing a longer form content. Now I will show you this, guys, and I just want to stress, use any color you have. This was a request, how to use those deeper colors and make them work for you. So this is what we're going to be using today on the outer corner, on the crease, as they say, to cut the crease, this color here. And this is, if I just show you, so this is called Press Pause. So we're going to be using that, and we're going to use it on the inner, just the crease there. So we're going to use a fluffy brush. This is the e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Brush. We're going to be using that. e.l.f. are great for things like that. They're a really good brand for brushes. So we're just going to look. Now I have slightly hooded eyes, so we're just going to take some of that here. I'll just show you. That's what it looks like on the brush. Slightly lift my eyes just because I have slightly hooded eyes. Now look how dark this is, guys. So let me go in a little closer for you. I'm looking in the mirror for myself. So if you look ahead, now that is dark. Use it on the top first and then go in with a cooler tone or a brighter tone on the inner corner, because then you're still using that dark. You're not kind of, it's a beginner friendly dark eyeshadow, because you still have that cool bright tone which you are going to use on the inner corner, which will make it look a little bit more lighter, but you still are able to getting to use those dark colors. So let's go back in again. Basically with these, the more you put on, you're kind of building the color up. So now if you notice, I'm doing a different technique. I'm dotting it, and that's really built the color, really built it. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye, and then we're going to come back. So you can see, guys, I've kind of built up the color now on both eyes. So this is the one here we've used. I'm going to swatch it for you too, so you can see what it looks like. It is one of the deeper colors. And now what we're going to do with a clean fluffy brush is I am just going to kind of fluff out and blend it all out, so it has that kind of nice consistency on each side. I do have hooded eyes, so if you don't go into your crease, I go slightly above the crease, only because the hooded eyes would hide that if I didn't go slightly above. So all I'm doing is really warming that up to the skin. It'll blend it out and it'll take the harshness away as well. So that's what we're doing with that. Now we could go deeper, which we might do. And there you go, guys, on each side. So that's what you've got. You're starting, can you see how it's not becoming as scary as we're putting on deep colors? Because we're blending, we're placing, everything is blending and placement. Okay, we're blending and placing, and we're starting light and moving into deeper colors. So now what we're going to do is go in with this very deep color. This is, and I'm just counting forward to number 4. Fuzzy Wuzzy. They have really unusual names. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to start that here, move it in, and then blend again. Now this is a deeper color, so I am going to swatch it for you. And this is what, let's have a look here. Where is it? Here. Now this one, guys, is deep. So we are going to put that right in the inner corner, and it's going to show. It's really going to show. So we're going to do a placement brush first. That's what I use, a placement eyeshadow brush first. So I'm just going to have a look, because all my brushes need to be cleaned. I've got ones that need to be cleaned, ones that have been cleaned. So let's have a look. A placement brush. Here we go. This one will do. Okay. So we're going to go with that deepest colour in the pan now here. And we're just going to get that on. That's how deep it is. And we're going to look in the mirror and place it in as far as you want to. If I look down. And the trick is to get it in that crease, because what will happen is when we use our brush to go in a lot, you know, to bring it in, the more that's there, the more that will kind of come out and blend. So we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And don't forget, we still have that inner corner to do. Okay, so we've done both. So that's what it looks like on either side. Such a shame that the palette's been, I found out that it was a basically a special edition palette, but Too Faced eyeshadows are very creamy, very blendable. So now what I'm going to do is, as you can see, that deep color has certainly blended in, and you can see the difference. So what we're going to do now is go in with my e.l.f. fluffy brush, clean it off, and we're going to blend that outwards and upwards. So just cleaning that off. And now we're going to lift that in. So we're going to blend that so it's not harsh, but then we bring the colour. I won't say dragging, I'd say wiping it in. Look at the difference in colour. Look at the deepness and the darkness. But we haven't overdone it. We haven't overwhelmed ourselves. But that's what you get. So we're going to do this side as well. Really blending it first, then going up. Blend that colour and then bring it forward. And that's what you get. Now I'm using the deepest colour in this pan. You might have an eyeshadow palette that has deeper colours, but I wanted to show you medium rubies and browns, just because for me they are deep and they're not too deep, so they're not going to overwhelm anybody. But you can see, guys, all this has been is placement and time and order, the order of things. So now if I show you, that's what we're looking at so far. If I look down, We've really gotten our deep kind of reds in there as well with the burgundy. And now we'll look at one more deeper color before we go into the inner corners, because I haven't forgotten about them. We're going to go look at the deepest color here, guys. Look at that. That is the deepest in the, this is the Snuggle is Real is what this is called. So let's look at that. Now that is super, super dark. So what we're going to do is go over that again. We're going to place that with our finger. It's that dark. Look at that. Okay, we're going to do that again. Other side. And that's when you're getting, and if you wanted to, get your little bit on this and bring it up a bit. So we're now straight going into really blending that in, but look at that dark, guys. You are getting it. And the little bit that I put on is going to mix in with the more neutral tone, and it's going to give that really gorgeous burgundy look. Now that is what you need if you're looking for a nice burgundy, but we've built up the color. Everything's been built up step by step. And what I'm going to do is just take a little bit more of that color on the brush, a little bit, not a lot, and then bring that up over the crease like that too. So look at that, guys. Now we're not forgetting the inner corners, not forgetting those. So what you want to do is, it depends, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for like a purpley pink on the inside, because I'm going to stay away from this side. This side is designed for the creams and the browns. This side is designed for what we've just done on our eyes. This is the one I'm going to go for, the deepest shimmer, which is this one here. This is Lace Teddy. Sorry that it's blinding you guys there. This one here. It's coming off a little bit lighter on screen, but actually it's dark. So what we're going to do is see how that warms up to my skin. We're going to go on the inside and bring that out. And look at that, guys. Look at your deep, beginner friendly eyeshadow. And can you see how light it looks? But actually when it comes off, it's the perfect shade. So I think this gives two color stories for sure. You've got your reds, burgundies, and then your kind of browns and golds. So we're going to go in again with this one here on the other eye. But look at that, guys. That is your burgundy deep smoky eye for beginners, and step by step, guys. If you need to take a break, take a break. It's all about product placement and time. So we go again. I'm going to go a little bit further in with this one. Okay, there you go. What I'll do is I'll just do one more on this side, and then I'll pop on the mascara off camera, and then we'll go from there. But that's it, guys. If I show you, that's the look we got. I'll pop on the mascara and come back. So guys, this is the result. So what I did is I used Fenty Beauty's Hella Thick mascara on the bottom lashes. Then I went in with Rimmel and I've put it away. Wow. No, it's here actually. I have put it away, but the door is open. Scandalized mascara too. So that's, I just put the camera a bit closer so you could see. So we don't need to be afraid of those burgundy deep colors, guys. What we did is we did step by step, and we took our time. We looked at what suits the eye, what suits the look that we're going with. We looked at a shimmer to put on the inside, but it does suit autumn because it's not too glittery. So you definitely got, you know, you definitely got kind of what you're looking for. I hope this helped, guys. I was asked for specifically kind of burgundy brown colors, but I thought a little shimmer on the inside just still brightens things up, but you certainly have your smoky eye going there. I hope it did help, guys. Let me know if it did. What I'll do is show you what I'm using just for lips today. So if I just pan the camera. So as I'm going out today, I'm going to put on a lip oil. You could put like the e.l.f. Day to Night mascara is really good. But yeah, absolutely. For me, I'm going to do a lip oil today because it is actually quite warm outside and it's very nourishing and moisturizing. This is Revolution. It's the Pout Lip Oil Hydrating. They do mango, lemon and raspberry, and I've got it in raspberry. So we're just going to pop that now on. A really nice smell too to it. Very nice scent. And that's it, but you certainly could do like a burgundy lipstick, red lipstick, anything like that. But I do hope that this is what it really did help. The mascara, I always trust the mascara, the Rihanna Hella Thick mascara from Fenty Beauty on the bottom lashes. It's just ever since I used it, I have found a lot of times using other mascaras, even if it's high end, they just don't do what I need to on the bottom lashes. So it's very rare for me to trust a product on the bottom lashes, but I hope this did help, guys, and the kind of look is kind of helpful for you too. I think the colors I used are very versatile, so they'll be in a lot of other palettes. If you do have this teddy bear palette, let me know. I think I haven't come across anybody who has it, but we have found out that it is in fact a limited edition. So maybe eBay, possibly. Somebody was asking me where I could get it, and I did suggest eBay. Okay guys, well this was it. I really hope this was useful. I'm really enjoying giving these tutorials to you guys, particularly as it was requested on polls. I do have a new skincare poll out just to see what you think about skincare and what's the best hydrating skincare, so do take a look. There's been 1 or 2 votes on that already. I'll see you soon. Pictures will be on the front and obviously on post section on my videos, and I'll see you very soon.